guys, welcome to Metaphysical Medicine. If you've been watching my videos, you can tell that this video is a little bit different. I am out here at one of the parks where I live, and there's a river out here which I love coming to. But I wanted to come out here even though I'm kind of in pain today, because being near a body of water really soothes me. It makes me feel a lot better, and it gives me a chance to just be and not really think about a whole lot. And so today's video is actually going to be about pain versus pleasure. So a lot of times we seek out pleasure and we run away from pain, even though both of those things can be really good for us. And I know you're thinking, how can pain be good for me? Well, the simple fact that most of us know that pain helps us grow. Pain causes us to grow. And not really physical pain, but physical pain, like if you cut yourself or you burn yourself, it actually does cause your body to make more cells, to grow more cells. So in a physical sense, it causes you to pain causes you to grow too. But I want to kind of touch on the ways in which pain and pleasure are not necessarily one and the same, but two sides of the same coin. Or, there's a thin line between pain and pleasure. And just thinking about it initially, nobody would say, oh yeah, pain and pleasure are the same thing. No, nobody would say that. But if you think about it, when you're in pain versus when you're experiencing pleasure, they both can involve all of your senses, all five of your senses, and your sixth sense, your spiritual sense. And so in that way, they are very similar. And so what both pain and pleasure tell you when you experience them is that you're going through something very significant in your life. And it might not be, something that is causing a drastic change in your life, but it could be something that's significant to you. And not everything is significant to everybody. Everybody has different things that's significant to them. In the same way, everybody has things that causes them pain, causes them pleasure, and that's not going to be the same for everybody. Some things that cause other people pain causes other people to feel pleasure, and that is in a varying degree. Of course, we have people out here who intentionally cause other people pain, and it gives them pleasure. And of course, we would say, well, that's just sick. That's what most of us believe. It's the morals that most of us have, that if you're intentionally causing someone else pain for your pleasure, then you're kind of a sick person. But that all depends on perspective, and not to say that one perspective is wrong and one perspective is right. There are some perspectives that we all have, or most of us have, and there are some perspectives that are more so down to who that individual is. And let's talk about pain real quick. Okay, so pain is something that we either run from it or we try our best to avoid it, or it's just not something that we like to experience. But a lot of us know that pain is just part of life. Pain is a really good indicator to show you what's not serving you in your life at the moment, or it's an indicator that something that you have enjoyed or have been holding on to is now gone. So then you have pleasure, which is a really good indicator of something that you do have in your life right now is either serving you or it is making you feel good in some way, and you appreciate it to some degree. But let me say, everything that causes you to feel pleasure isn't necessarily best serving your life. It's serving the senses, but it might not be serving you mentally or spiritually. We have substances that we like to consume that bring us pleasure, and I'm not telling nobody that they should or shouldn't be doing whatever they're doing. Do what you want to do. But what I'm saying is, just because it causes you to experience pleasure does not mean that it's good for you. Things that cause you to experience pleasure could be a source of distraction from some other priorities in your life that need attention, or it could be a source of addiction. Pleasure can be used to kind of escape life, and often we seek pleasure to escape pain. Like I said, I'm out here right now because it's that time of the month and I do tend to have pain, and so I wanted to come out here to seek the pleasure of being near a body of water to kind of distract me from that pain. So sometimes seeking pleasure is a good distraction. It is a productive distraction, and other times it's not. This pain that I'm feeling right now is not something that is going to last forever, for one, and it's not something that really needs my attention. It's just something that my body does. So with that being said, pain and pleasure are definitely two sides of one coin. One is kind of a darker side. The other one is kind of the lighter side. And there's dark and light in everything. And the way that I would say, if I had to name this coin, that pain and pleasure are the two sides of, I don't know, I guess I would call it intense feeling, because pain is an intense feeling, and pleasure is an intense feeling also. Actually, pain and pleasure activate the same parts of the brain, and the only difference is your perspective. Like I said, some things that cause people pain causes others pleasure, and it's not a whole lot of things that can, go one way or the other. You burn your hand on the stove, that's pain for, I would say, everybody. If anybody feels pleasure from that, I don't know. But something like that's pain for everybody. And that's just a natural default of the body, because it causes the body harm. So we see that as pain, so that that's something we can avoid in the future, or try our best to not ever do again. Versus pleasure, that could be like realizing that you're falling in love with someone, or getting a massage or something like that, something that's pleasurable to you, something that causes your happiness level to go up. That's something that we seek out, something that we make time for. We make time for pleasure, and we try our best to avoid pain. They both have really big impacts on our life, to the point where, we would either run from it or run to it, or gravitate from it or gravitate to it. So I encourage y'all to pay attention to the things that cause you pain, and pay attention to the things that cause you to experience pleasure. These are going to be the things that have the most meaning to you. These are going to be the things that create the biggest and strongest memories for you. And I wouldn't go as far as to say that these are the things that make you what you are, but it's a big part of it. A really big part of it. I hope this helped y'all to kind of open your eyes to pain and pleasure and how they actually relate to each other, versus how they are such opposites from one another. Maybe instead of trying so hard to avoid pain, maybe you accept the pain when it comes, or even welcome the pain when it comes, because it can teach you something. Pain can always teach you something, even if it's just simply to be aware of certain types of pain and do your best to avoid them. Even if it's as simple as that, pain can always teach you something. But what can pleasure teach you? Well, I believe that pleasure can simply teach you who you are and who you can be when you're at your happiest, when you're emotionally good. So do more of what makes you happy. And I think that'll give you a good idea of who you can be and who you are. When there is no pain. So I hope this video inspires you a little bit and gave you a different perspective